They called themselves cosmic people. They believed aliens were coming. They called themselves the cosmic people of light. They believed in a benevolent alien fleet orbiting Earth, ready to save humanity. But what started as a seemingly harmless spiritual movement in the Czech Republic, communicating with extraterrestrials, soon spiraled into something far darker, ensnaring its followers in a web of paranoia, control, and ultimately, despair. Our story begins in the early 1990s, in the wake of Czechoslovakia's Velvet Revolution. The Iron Curtain had fallen, and with newfound freedoms came a flood of new ideas, spiritual movements, and unchecked ideologies. It was fertile ground for a charismatic figure to emerge, promising answers in a time of uncertainty. That figure was Ivo A. Benda. Born in 1961, Benda was a former railway worker, an unassuming man who, by his own account, began receiving telepathic messages from alien beings in 1997. He claimed these messages came from a benevolent extraterrestrial civilization known as the Cosmic People of Light. Benda's primary contact, he said, was a being named Ashtar Sharon. Ashtar, according to Benda, was the commander of a vast alien fleet, protecting Earth from malevolent forces. This wasn't a new concept. The Ashtar command mythos had existed in various New Age and UFO circles since the 1950s. But Benda personalized it, localized it, giving it a uniquely Czech flavor. He began publishing pamphlets, distributing his channeled messages. His early followers were drawn in by the promise of cosmic protection, spiritual enlightenment, and a future free from earthly woes. The core tenets of the cosmic people were simple enough: follow universal laws of love and light, strive for spiritual purity, and prepare for humanity's ascension. The aliens, Benda insisted, were here to help us evolve, to guide us away from the destructive path humanity was on. However, beneath this veneer of benevolent guidance, a more sinister narrative began to unfold. Benda's messages grew increasingly paranoid. He warned of malevolent forces, the lizard people, or negative energies who sought to control humanity and thwart the cosmic people's mission. The cosmic people were urged to disconnect from mainstream society. Television, radio, and the internet were deemed tools of manipulation, designed to implant negative energies and obstruct cosmic communication. This isolation was a crucial step in Benda's escalating control. Followers were encouraged to write letters to the cosmic people, and sometimes they would receive responses, supposedly from the aliens themselves, delivered through Benda. These letters often contained specific instructions, subtly reinforcing Benda's authority. The group's beliefs became increasingly outlandish. Benda claimed the aliens would evacuate true believers from Earth before a catastrophic event, transporting them to other planets. He even provided detailed diagrams of the alien spacecraft, resembling classic flying saucers. But the aliens weren't just protecting them, they were also observing them. Benda told his followers that the cosmic people could read their minds, see their thoughts, and monitor their actions. This created an atmosphere of constant surveillance, fostering fear and discouraging dissent. The paranoia extended to other New Age groups and spiritual leaders. Benda declared them all to be agents of the negative energies, actively working against the cosmic people. This strategy further cemented his group's isolation and his followers' reliance on him. As the years passed, Benda's control tightened. He dictated what his followers could eat, wear, and even think. He claimed the cosmic people communicated with him through a special implant in his head, making his pronouncements undeniable truth. Families were fractured. Some followers abandoned their jobs, homes, and loved ones to fully dedicate themselves to Benda's teachings. The promise of cosmic salvation outweighed everything else, even basic human connections. The Czech authorities, initially dismissing the cosmic people as harmless eccentrics, began to take notice. Reports of harassment, intimidation, and financial exploitation within the group started to surface. The line between spiritual guidance and coercive control blurred entirely. Benda also became known for his public stunts. He would appear in public places, distributing his pamphlets, often wearing unusual attire, sometimes even claiming to have a direct telephone line to the alien fleet. This attracted media attention, both curious and critical. One of the most concerning aspects was Bender's increasing hostility towards anyone who questioned him. He branded critics as dark entities or reptilians, instructing his followers to avoid them, further isolating them from external perspectives. The cosmic people also developed an elaborate internal mythology about chips implanted in people by malevolent forces. Bender claimed he could help remove these chips through spiritual means, a tactic that reinforced his perceived power and influence. Despite the growing alarm from former members and concerned families, Bender continued to attract new adherents. The human desire for belonging, for purpose, and for answers to existential questions is a powerful force, one that cult leaders expertly exploit. The cosmic people never reached the scale of groups like Heaven's Gate or Jonestown, thankfully avoiding the mass tragedies that define those cults. But the psychological damage inflicted on its members was profound and lasting. Lives were irrevocably altered. Today, Ivo Bender and the cosmic people of light continue to exist, albeit in a much diminished capacity. Their websites are still active, broadcasting Bender's latest messages from Ashtar Sharon and the alien fleet. The core beliefs remain unchanged. The story of the cosmic people serves as a stark reminder. When individuals seek solace and answers, especially during times of societal upheaval, they can become vulnerable to those who promise absolute truths and cosmic salvation. The line between belief and delusion, guidance and control, is often thinner than we realize. Explore the shadowy corners of human belief with us next time.